Hey there guys, I hope you're all well. Today we're going to be doing a gameplay review of one of the games I had in Platinum 1 Elo. Just for a point of reference before we get into the video, I am a Diamond 1 Yasuo 1 trick on the Oceanic server. The reason why I'm reviewing this is because I made some mistakes. I can easily point them out, and ultimately I wanted to show that sometimes you don't need all these fancy outplays or mechanics to win games. Just focus on macro if you want to climb. It's simple, I'll show you how to do it, so enjoy the video guys. This part of the video is like a crucial tip for you guys, especially in lower elos. So when you have vision on the map and you see someone, you should watch the ward when you have downtime. It lets you know where Lee Sin is pathing. This helps your team, this helps you. You need to track junglers as a mid lane player, especially as a Yasuo player, because everyone loves ganking you. So you just ping it for your team and let them know. So after tracking the jungle and doing something positive, you're about to see me basically in my lane here. So the lane's pushing into me. I am level 2, I am about to level up, but either way, the lane is pushing in, so I don't need to take a fight. Normally, you could probably win this on Yasuo, you could argue, but I've used both summoners and he has exhaust, so as you saw he just pops it and I lose out in that trade there. So I've just taken a bad fight, and you're probably thinking, how much worse can it get here? So I see my jungle pathing mid, and again I make an awful play. I didn't actually see the Lee Sin on the map, and I know I'm preaching about map awareness guys, and it's super important, but yeah, in game I didn't see the Lee Sin there, and I basically just in, and it's stupid play. I do my best to avoid the Lee Sin Q, end up getting hit, and obviously I die to that. At this point in the game guys, I am behind, and these are due to stupid mistakes. You can't just fix these up, and if you fix these up, you won't be stuck in this position. So good thing to know is I'm down in XP, so I'm not going to look to fight. I'm just going to push the wave, look to reset lane position, and ward to keep vision of the Lee, because getting ganked in a position like this is very detrimental. So I know I literally just said I wouldn't fight when I'm behind in XP. However, you can sort of see Silas is just walking up and he's giving me a few options to trade with. So if you can take a quick trade, definitely do that. Obviously Yasuo, if you're versing melee, get a quick Q in, walk out, use that distance. However, once I hit 6 here, you'll see that there is a small window where we're the same level, and I'll decide to fight basically. So guys, we'll fast forward a bit. Here we see that Lee Sin is pathing towards my jungle's red buff, so I know not to overextend on Silas. However, we see the Lee, Jax also pings, so I know he's also pathing mid, which means I can afford to take sort of longer trades, and I'm pretty confident into the Silas matchup, so I'll just let this play out. So as you saw there guys, the fight wasn't clean, but I used some nice dashes and a great knock-up to evade the Silas. But there are a few key things that you can take away guys. Notice that when I was trading with the Silas, I noticed that Lee Sin was entering the lane and decided to target him. Always try to be aware of the map guys. This is super important in team fights, and the best Yasuos will actually look for tornadoes on the back line while fighting the front line. These are things that you can take away into your own games and you'll benefit from. So I want you guys to pay attention to this part of the game, and I know it's boring, but this is macro. So I'm ahead of the Silas, but instead of constantly fighting and trying to kill him, I'm just looking to push my wave and secure the objective. Obviously dragon's on the map, so you just shove, roam to your jungler, and get dragon. Potentially if I fight Silas there, I could 1v1 and get a kill. However, if Lee Sin also shows up, there's a chance I don't get a kill, or I just trade 1 for 1. So when you're fed, you don't want to be off the map guys, you want to be keeping pressure and maintaining that pressure. Every time I walk out of vision, the other team has to back off bot lane, they have to back off top lane, They don't really know what's happening. Obviously, if you get the chance, take some aggressive trades like I just did on the Sylas. You might be able to bully him out of lane if he steps up, you might be able to get a kill. But notice how I just shoved the wave and walked to my jungle. He doesn't need help doing the blue, but in case Lee Sin's there, I'm there for the 2v1, and obviously get some vision if you can. So now, I've seen where Lee Sin is, so if this Sylas walks up, I'm just going to all in and go for the kill. I'm confident I can solo kill. Yasuo in a 1v1 went ahead, it's brutal. So I path top, catch Sylas out, and this is just a free kill. The other thing to note, guys, is I'm going to be walking top lane here. So top lane is crashing and Set hasn't spawned yet. So instead of wasting the minions, staying mid and pushing another wave there, I soak up the top wave and Sylas gets to soak up the mid wave when he comes back on. So right here, mid lane has reset, both Sylas and I are in lane. So I've seen Sylas leave lane, but instead of following to bot lane, I just decide to ping it and push mid. So Fiora is also off the map, so there's a chance Set could TP bot to this fight, and we can expect Fiora to show up there as well. If Set TPs, the fight's a 4v4. However, we both just decide to stay and get a free tower each. This opens up the map more, and is a more guaranteed source of gold. I could have roamed bot lane, only to die in a fight, or be met with a 1v2 as my team died, and had to be forced to outplay it to get anything from it. Instead, we made the 100% safe play, got 2 towers, and then, as you'll see, secure the Rift Herald just after. I've just recalled, and I see that shit is popping off in the bot lane. Set's TPing, Fiora's about to TP in or show. We about to get some. So, just so to note, top lane is pushing in, like slow pushing. Mid lane is reset, and Dragon is actually spawning soon, so I was going to path bot lane anyway, but obviously I'm now here for the fight. So I'm going to let the clip play out and enjoy Mark's commentary.
Oh my god, he's about to get a penta. Oh, come on, god! Fuck my monkey! What are you flashing from, kid? Oh no, look, he's out! Nah, minions. He's so fucking good. Man, it's just made of content.
Okay guys, so as you saw, that was not one of my most clean Yasuo plays, and it's definitely not going in any future montages. But I managed to secure the 3 kills and almost got that Fiora too. If I had just kited her into that trap a bit earlier, maybe I would have got that kill as well. Just things to note, guys, I didn't flash on the Thresh because his Mobies couldn't kick in as my E still hit. Because of this, I only had to Q him and I was able to save flash. I noticed that Lee Sin W to the Thresh, which meant he had no form of escape, and to be honest, I just assumed he had used kick in that fight before, which is a pretty safe assumption. So that's why I decided to flash in on him like that. Also, if Lee dies, we secure the dragon, and remember, macro over micro. The reason I was able to essentially fight a 1v3 there was because I was fed from farm and objective goals. I had also timed my back for dragon well, and went into that fight with no extra gold. So take a look at the map at this point in the game, guys. So instead of just running it down and trying to ARAM like bots, it's important to look at the map and realize that bot lane is actually slow pushing in, mid lane is reset, so we can actually afford to go for a top turret here. So we've cleared vision in that jungle, and we're actually going to play for a pick. You can normally pick people with rotates like this. It gets harder when you have higher elo and people ward better, but as you can see, the Thresh just walks into us, so does that Fiora. We managed to kill the Thresh, and more importantly, we actually managed to catch up to this Lee Sin here and kill him. So once the jungle's down, we can just force a 5-man onto Baron and secure that objective. So I'm just going to fast forward to 22 minutes here. So if you notice the gold, we've backed after Baron, we've bought, and we sort of pushed bot wave up. So here I make a mistake, sort of. I can see the Thresh is pathing for the Caitlyn, but I probably should have wind walled, but you'll see how the fight plays out anyway. So just simple combos, looking at a peel, get an easy triple kill here. So again, probably should have wind walled in case he was aiming me, but here's where I make the big mistake. I go full Yasuo syndrome, I try to go for a penta 1v2, and I die because of it. So honestly, if I wasn't exhausted, probably could have got that pentakill. However, doing plays like that just stall the game. When you're ahead, you don't want to stall games, you just want to end. So a couple of those plays, guys, does add up and end in losses. Like, I've seen it happen, I've been there, I've made comebacks like that, and I've also lost games like that. Don't have Yasuo syndrome, don't int. When you have Baron, guys, and you're in a similar situation to this, instead of just running down mid as 5, it's actually better to just split and 1-3-1, just because Silas and I are both strong and we should be able to win 1v1s. However, since mid is pushed by supers, our bot decides to go help him, so they've sort of grouped top there. Again, instead of grouping personally, I just want to push bot lane. I know the game could probably be won faster if I push as 5, but solo queue is a fucking clown fiesta, and I don't want to go to the circus. So I decide to just take every objective and secure that sweet, sweet LP. So this game really does highlight how macro is more important than micro mechanics. I know I'm playing Yasuo, I'm a micro mechanic intensive champion. However, macro wins games, not flashy montage plays. This is a Platinum 1 game as well, guys. I know a lot of you Yasuo mains think this is high elo and games are difficult at this rank, but if you just watch the gameplay, I honestly didn't do anything special. Just try to prioritize objectives and minimize risk in your gameplay. You can all be doing this, guys. I wanted to make this video because a lot of Yasuo players go for flashy outplays, montage clips, and stupid 1v5s, like my pentakill attempt. But if you want free LP and want to climb out of your divisions, just try to play safe, smart, and prioritize objectives, guys. Hopefully you've all learned something from today's video. Big thanks for watching there, guys. I really appreciate it. If you did enjoy this type of content, just remember to leave a like, as it lets me know that you want to see more content similar to this one. Just for the future, I plan to make game highlights, monthly montages, as well as continuing these type of educational videos just to help you guys climb. If you have anything you want to see, leave a comment with the idea below and I'll do my best to address this or make a video on it. My goal is to help turn the Yasuo main stereotype around, just one video at a time. Thanks again for watching, guys. Cheers.